Okay, let's unpack this because, well, the NBA is officially back. Training camps are starting up. Schedules are out. It's that time.
Right, the ramp-up period.
Yeah.
Integration, getting the chemistry going.
Exactly. But for the Los Angeles Lakers, a team you know has championship hopes, there's a huge piece missing right now, like a 40-year-old, four-time MVP-sized piece.
And it's not just that he's missing, it's the commentary around it,
Mm,
especially from someone like Charles Barkley.
that's what we're diving into. We've got the source material on LeBron James's early season absence, the medical side, but also critically, Barkley's pretty frank defense of it.
Yeah, his assessment is qu quite direct. He basically argues this isn't just okay, it's smart. Necessary, even.
So our mission here is to look at the injury details, that timeline, really dissect Barkley's view on, let's call it veteran load management, and figure out what this means for J.J. Redick and the Lakers' title chances this year.
And the starting point is pretty stark.
It is. LeBron James, 40 years old, is set to miss the entire Lakers preseason. All of it.
And unfortunately, that's just the beginning. The sources are clear. The issue is sciatica, persistent sciatica, down his right side.
Sciatica. Okay, so maybe break that down a bit. Because that sounds, I don't know, more serious than just a tweak.
It is, yeah. It's important to understand this isn't like a simple hamstring strain or something. Sciatica involves the sciatic nerve itself being irritated or compressed. That nerve, runs from your lower back all the way down your leg.
Right. Okay. So why does that specific detail, the nerve part, matter so much for, well, a highly paid athlete with 21 seasons under his belt?
Well, because nerve issues can be really tricky. They often point to something more structural or just, cumulative wear and tear, especially in the lower back, the lumbar spine, which has taken a pounding over 2 decades in the NBA.
Makes sense.
And trying to push through sciatica or rushing back, that can lead to compensating issues, right? You start moving differently, maybe risk injuring your hips or knees trying to protect the back.
Ah, okay, so that explains the timeline then.
Exactly. The source material suggests he's projected to miss the first 3 to 4 weeks of the actual 2025-26 regular season.
Wow, okay. 3 to 4 weeks of the season, that's way beyond just skipping some exhibition games in October. Missing camp is one thing, installing new systems with Redick, but missing the first month of the real games. That forces Redick to adjust his core rotations basically on the fly. That's got to be a blow to early chemistry, surely.
Oh, it's far from ideal, as the source puts it, no question. But this is exactly where that philosophical angle comes in, the one Barkley jumped on.
Right, because most people just hear LeBron out 3-4 weeks and think, uh-oh, bad news for the Lakers.
But Barkley, speaking on the Rich Eisen show, he just completely reframes it.
Yeah.
He focuses entirely on LeBron's status, his age, what he's already done.
Yeah, this is where it gets really interesting, I thought. Barkley basically pushed back hard against any, traditional panic about missing early reps. He sees it less as a setback and more like a strategic health investment.
His core argument is, refreshingly simple. At LeBron's age, 40 years old, 21-time All-Star, putting any more additional mileage on that body in games that don't ultimately count towards a title. It gives him zero benefit.
Zero.
It's just spending energy he might need later for no real gain now.
And he was blunt about it. We've got the quotes right here. Barkley said, I have no problem with a guy being that old sitting out. Flat out.
Yeah.
And on the idea of needing preseason to integrate or learn the offense, he was crystal clear. James is not going to gain anything in the preseason.
And that view, I think, it really speaks to how the absolute top tier of players and analysts like Barkley who get it view the long haul of an 82-game season now.
How so?
Well, Barkley's basically saying LeBron has paid his dues way beyond what he's done for the NBA.
Yeah.
For a guy who's been to, 11 NBA finals, what's he going to learn in a preseason game? I don't know, a team figuring things out.
Right. The only thing left to learn is how to win number 5.
Basically. Playing the Pistons in November isn't the prep he needs for the Nuggets in May.
It does raise a big question about priorities, though. When Barkley says what happens in the regular season doesn't matter, he's kind of giving the Lakers permission to maybe sacrifice a higher seed for guaranteed health. Is that actually viable for a championship run?
That is the tension, isn't it? Barkley's take is clear. The Lakers just got to stay healthy for the playoffs. Seeding is secondary.
Yeah.
But, yeah, the reality, as the sources note, is that lower seeding means a harder path. You might have to go through, 2 absolute monsters just to reach the conference finals.
So Barkley's betting that LeBron's talent and experience, even from the 5th or 6th seed, is enough.
He's betting that a healthy LeBron, even facing a tougher road, is a much better bet than a LeBron who rushed back, maybe got hurt again, and isn't available at all, or is playing at 80%.
Okay. It's a risk calculation.
Absolutely. It's risk mitigation. They're trading the known risk of a tougher playoff draw for the potentially catastrophic risk of re-injury. For this Lakers team, with LeBron and Doncic, the only real failure is not winning the championship. Everything else is noise.
Fair enough. But this whole philosophy, this acceptance of a potentially slow start, it only really works if the team around LeBron can actually, hold down the fort.
And that's the crucial piece this year, isn't it? Despite losing someone of LeBron's stature for weeks, the sources all point out the Lakers have an embarrassment of riches now.
Right, the depth.
That depth is the safety net that makes Barkley's argument practical, not just theoretical. If this was LeBron and a bunch of question marks, missing 4 weeks would be panic time.
But it's not. GM Rob Pelinka, the sources say, spent the summer plugging multiple roster gaps. That changes the whole equation for the start of the season.
Completely.
So let's talk about the biggest plug, Luka Doncic. How does having him leading the way specifically help mitigate losing LeBron, their primary playmaker usually?
Well, look, integrating Doncic is Redick's big challenge anyway, right?
Right.
But without LeBron there immediately, Doncic has to take on that high-usage leadership role from day one.
Which might actually speed things up for Luka.
Ironically, yeah. It could accelerate his feel for the new system, his chemistry with the other guys. The Lakers can use substitution patterns, different rotations, all designed to just maximize Luka's impact while LeBron is out.
So the supporting cast, the new guys Pelinka brought in, they get real minutes with Luka early on. They build that rhythm. And then LeBron slots back in later. It's like building chemistry in 2 phases.
Phase 1, Luka and the new crew. Phase 2, integrate LeBron. And the consensus seems to be, as the source material suggests, the team should be fine initially.
Why is that?
Because the first month, everyone's experimenting anyway.
Right.
Other contenders are figuring stuff out too. The Lakers aren't necessarily behind. They're just using that early phase for strategic load management for their oldest, most important player.
Okay, but it's definitely time sensitive. They can manage for 4 weeks maybe, but they'll need LeBron eventually.
Oh, absolutely. The depth covers the start, but the sources are clear.
Right.
Later in the season, deep in the playoffs, you need that 4-time MVP's experience, his versatility, his basketball IQ. That becomes essential.
You need the full package to beat the best in the West.
You need that superstar pairing, LeBron and Doncic, healthy and clicking together. That's the only way they have a genuine shot at securing another championship banner.
So rushing him back now, risking that sciatica flaring up again?
Would be, as the source says, a foolish endeavor. Completely counterproductive to the ultimate goal, no matter how much Redick might want those early wins on the board.
It really feels like the Lakers are planting a flag here, saying the regular season for certain veterans just doesn't hold the same weight anymore.
They're saying, we have the depth, we trust our coach to manage it, and we trust LeBron's greatness to integrate whenever he's fully ready.
And maybe that sciatica issue, weirdly, just gave them the perfect reason to commit to this maximum rest strategy right from the jump.
Could be. It provides the perfect medical justification for a strategy they might have considered anyway, given his age and mileage.
Right, so summing this up, we've got LeBron dealing with sciatica, a nerve issue demanding caution. We have Charles Barkley basically cheering on the decision to sit him, dismissing preseason value entirely for a player like LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lakers seem to be embracing this, prioritizing peak playoff health over early wins or chemistry, which they can only do because of their improved roster depth, especially having Luka Doncic.
It's the long game, plain and simple. For a team like this, built around aging superstars, June is all that matters. Early season struggles are acceptable if the payoff is a healthy core when it counts. Barkley gets that, and it seems the Lakers' front office and coaching staff do too.
That initial absence, it's definitely a hurdle for Coach Redick right out of the gate, but it's clearly part of a much larger, calculated plan.
Yeah.
But here's the final thought, maybe something to chew on. Mark Barkley makes a strong case for the player and the team's title odds, right? But does this trend, this necessity for top teams to treat big chunks of the regular season as almost optional for their stars, does that eventually start to chip away at the league's structure? Or maybe the fans' engagement with those first few months if the stars are routinely sitting for strategic reasons? What stands out to you about the potential hidden costs when winning the title becomes the only thing that matters?